welcome to the Carburetor Lifestyle Channel. I am your host, Gary High Freak, and today's victim is NBC social justice warrior, Chris Hayes.
Holding the spark as we embark on a great journey together, we're learning to reach for hope and desire, building a world to inspire.
I've been looking forward to making this video for over a year now, ever since I saw Chris's episode where he had Katie Couric on talking about her documentary. I made a couple videos about her documentary called Fed Up, a criticism of sugar, of all things. That may sound boring. Apparently it was a hit. But I can tell you my videos are more exciting than that documentary.
Friend me on Facebook, check me on the Google Plus, tweet me on Twitter.
Now, I have nothing against Chris Hayes' politics or Katie Couric's journalism. I got a big problem with their dietary message. I never got over the Fed Up documentary. I do, however, have two problems with Chris Hayes. One is his fat butt. The other one is political, even though I do lean to the left. Here's a quick review of how I debunked this documentary and Katie Couric's fat butt. There's been this onslaught of books attacking carbs even. They're using sugar as the scapegoat to why we have an obesity epidemic, but they're scapegoating it so that they can take fat off the hook. There's another clip in there that says all these problems, including diabetes, is driven by sugar. Notice they did not say the word caused. Sugar is not the cause of diabetes. In the trailer, I spotted two people I recognize from the low-carb movement. Robert Lustig, who is fat, also Gary Tubbs. Both of these people will tell you, eat all the fat you want. They will tell you to eat butter. These people have bacon and eggs for breakfast, and it shows. They'll even go so far as to say, don't eat too much fruit. Make you fat. These guys are high-fat shells for the high-fat industry. Simply is combating another documentary called Forks Over Knives. So I did that video, and then I guess a few days later, I saw Katie Couric on Chris Hayes' show talking about the documentary, and that he's all on board with this, and he's been trying to lose weight, and he was now convinced that sugar was the problem. And that kind of thinking, I'm already aware, backfires. It's basically about giving up all sugar, so I guess that means all junk food. Now that is a good idea. I recommend that. But here's the thing. As bad as junk food is, and as bad as sugar isn't the worst thing about junk food, and it's not the main reason we get fat. When someone focuses on sugar and goes off it, they may lose some weight, because what usually happens is these people are eating less junk food, which is mostly fat, and fat is very high in calories, so they're going to be eating less calories. Now this is actually not a good idea. It will cause the rebound or yo-yo effect, which is what most dieters go through, and they never lose the weight permanently. And sure enough, the United States is just getting more overweight all the time. And I say this is the reason. While they're getting rid of junk food, they are not replacing it with the right foods, and often not replacing it at all. You have to replace it, and replace it with the right foods. And guess what? With this low-carb craze, people are thinking they shouldn't replace sugar with other carbs, because they're told by some hucksters that it's all the same thing. Oh, remember this huckster? I'm going to be revisiting this guy. It's been a year now. If they're not eating carbs, they have to be getting their calories from somewhere else, or not getting their calories at all, which is another mistake people think is a good idea.
I had a couple bites of a natural hot dog, and I had 2 shrimp. That was it.
This is insane.
On the wild diet, you can drink coffee.
You shouldn't just be getting your calories from fat, because fat is fat. The body wasn't meant to have a lot of fat running through its arteries. And how good are you going to run like that? And you weren't meant to eat a lot of protein, because the only foods that are real high in protein are animal flesh, which is not optimum food for humans. It's survival food. If you use the calorie restricting method, you will always be yo-yoing back and forth. A lot of people out there don't agree with my methods. But people like Chris Hayes and Katie Couric and so many people that I have covered and will continue to cover through this spring are some good evidence that my way of thinking is correct. That was 2014. Now, to the present time. Just a few days ago, I saw him on The Daily Show, and we saw a better view of him, not behind his desk. Now, I'm sure Chris Hayes isn't doing any after pictures in a bathing suit, but you can get a pretty good idea of the shape of his body as he walked out onto The Daily Show.
The host of MSNBC's All In with Chris Hayes. Please welcome Chris Hayes.
We have this wrathful instinct in this country. We are a punishing nation. We put the most people in prison.
So we can see Chris Hayes today. But where is Katie Couric? I've seen her a few months ago. She was not looking too thin, but I haven't seen her since. I'm thinking she's in hiding. If anybody has spotted her, let me know. The next time you're reading people having some debate on YouTube, just tell them about the carbohydrates. Because through the next 2 months, I will end up being the definitive channel on the truth about permanent weight loss. Right next to the subscribe button, there's a round button. Now you want to click that, make sure the notification box is checked, and then save it. But then you want to click that thing again and come back to it and click that link. That's real important. I did that and I'm getting all kinds of notifications. Like right when someone makes a video, it'll pop up. Trust me, you want to do this. It will change your whole YouTube experience.